And here we are. We're back in episode 3 of this Let's Play series where we're actually, where Marcus Aurelius and myself are running through, what is it again? It's Legends of Callasia.
That's what it is.
I normally have all my little running notes on the side of the screen, and I actually have got how to record with Skype open rather than the actual game itself. But anyway, we're back into it.
As you might have missed, we just crushed the purple player who was to the far west, and so now we're splitting up that player's lands between ourselves, and we're both moving east to attack orange, blue, and red.
Yeah, so literally we've got the game won. So if you're watching the game thinking that, gee, I wonder who's going to win, you can stop watching now because Marcus Aurelius and myself, we're playing collaboratively. We're more than double. Both of our scores individually are more than double the next player. So it's game over. We're really just playing out the time now. So I guess just for it's still be interesting. I want to see the end screen, for example.
Sure.
Oh, you've already finished your turn. Wow. I better get a wriggle on. I think I've done everything I need to do.
Well, plus it's just fun to kind of shoot the breeze while we're playing. So it's not we're not really in it to win it. I mean, we are going to win it, but you know what I mean.
Actually, maybe we should just do that a bit with this particular episode. It's just maybe talk about different things, like what's the best game you've played in recent time. There you go. I'll put you on the spot.
No, I've played some really good stuff. Right now, I'm playing XCOM 2. I got it on sale. That's why I've waited so long. And I'm playing Batman Arkham Knight, which it was released about a year ago to universal derision for being poorly put together, and but I've been playing it since they've fixed all that, and I'm actually quite pleased with it. It's so much fun to be Batman and fly around the city and beat up thugs.
Yeah, I hadn't even heard of that one. It's that's a new one. But who brought that one out? Is it a
Rocksteady something?
Oh, okay. So so is that like a Sims, not a Sim City, what's that car one? I can't remember what it is now.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, it's very similar. It's like an open world game where you're Batman and you kind of move around, and it's very similar to that in style. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because there's Marcus Aurelius, the LPer, right? And I play strategy games and you know what I mean, like indie games. And there's just Marcus Aurelius just having fun playing games, not really thinking about it. And that's when I get a lot of action games and sports games and just random stuff.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, I was just going to say that. I thought, that's not a game that I would have associated with you at all. It's I've never seen any of those sort of games on your channel.
Well, the big blockbuster games that are kind of narrative driven, I don't like to do on my channel because I like to tell stories. And it's no fun to play somebody else's story. And
also, I'm the same, actually. I sometimes enjoy playing those sort of games, but I don't like recording them because I don't like giving spoilers out. So puzzle games are the same. I recently did a puzzle game, Chroma Gun, and I only really wanted to just show one level because I didn't want to show how to play the game.
I think the LP format really benefits strategy games, because 5 different people can play the same game and play it completely differently.
Yeah. That's a good point. And also I think with procedural generation as well, it just means, and like we both play, of course, Dwarf Fortress, and that's just an incredible game as far as the stories that are driven from that particular game as well. It's just amazing, really.
Yeah, DasTactic fans, I'm doing a sorry, a little plug here. I'm doing a Dwarf Fortress series right now, which is a shared world experiment where I'm going to be doing multiple fortresses in the same game world to see if the history translates from one fortress to another. So check it out.
I am really, really interested in what goes on with that, to be honest. So I mentioned it on my channel update. I don't normally talk about other people's videos, but in that one I know I've got so many Dwarf Fortress fans, and that was one in particular. I thought, this is just enormous. What a great idea. What a great idea for Dwarf Fortress.
And I'm trying to do really experimentative stuff, like big Earth projects. Like right now I'm digging this giant pit that's taking multiple episodes to have people drop in. So
I've actually been watching those videos. It's no, it looks very, very interesting. But I am very interested in what goes on with the, as you say, with the histories as you go to each fortress. It's going to be very interesting.
Hey, I see you down there in the claw. Do you mind leaving that one to me so that I could take that whole province?
Sure. Yeah, that's no problem. I'm just wanting to
Or the
clear
hook.
out the.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, gee, I've got a bit of a battle going on at the moment.
Yeah, there's fights everywhere.
Better start playing some cards.
Now, I don't know if your viewers are like my viewers, Daz, but when I do a random game like this that's not part of a big series, generally by the third episode, the drop-off in viewers is pretty significant. So for the few of you that are watching this right now, you're the real heroes.
Yeah, it's very true. It's funny you say that. Like I think you end up with the. I tend to find that, as you say, by about episode 3, you've maybe got a third of the viewers, if that. You know, even down to sort of like 20%.
Yep.
From what actually watched the first 1 or 2, which for me is a real problem because I actually waffle on too much in the early stages of the whenever I'm doing anything, and that drives people like I don't know, it's not good. So yeah, it's sorry, I'm just looking at where I've got to move my forces.
Oh yes.
I was just going to update a few different things. Yeah, so I forgot what I was talking about now. Anyway, whatever it was.
Well, no, you're very detail oriented. So like, if I wanted to learn how to understand and play a new complicated game, I would make a beeline for your channel because you really do explain everything it takes.
I enjoy that part of it. I guess that's the thing. Like it's, and I think you'd be the same though. I would imagine as well. Like because you also tend to go into a lot of detail when you actually are playing your games, which is actually what I like about your games. Like for example, like I guess the whenever a new patch comes out for Dominions, I'll always go and start trolling your channel just to find out what it's all about, to get the inside scoop.
I don't, I'm always a little behind the times when it comes to Dominions patches. They've released a new nation just recently, and I haven't even tried it. It's I'm not even sure. I think it's an undersea nation.
Yeah, that's right. It is. Yeah, yeah.
But it's just I don't know. I'm really kind of not upset. Obviously, I love Dominions, and the developers are great guys. But the fact that in the manual from the original game 2 years ago, they promised a nation called Uruk, which I was really excited about playing. And it's been 2 years. They've released a whole bunch of new nations, but they still haven't released the one that I want.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware actually. So what's that race or what's that faction supposed to be based on?
Well, so when I first started my channel, the first ever Let's Play series I ever did was a Dominions 4 series, and it was based on which was an early age nation of these giant kind of primitive men called Enkidu. And so the Uruk is basically the middle-aged version of that nation.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And so for my channel, it would mark kind of an anniversary, right? Because it would be going back to the game and almost the same nation that I started my channel on.
Yeah, yep.
And I'd use the same pretender god, and so it'd kind of make it fun like that.
Yeah, yep. No, that would be. It's funny how you get an affinity with a game, isn't it? Like that with your channel.
Yeah.
It's certain games, I guess, sort of become what your channel gets known for, I imagine. And it's fun to sort of go back and look at those old games. Like for me, I guess it's Distant Worlds.
Though, I kind of feel like it's a hindrance in addition to being a help, though, because, when you try something different, it gets less views, less comments. People aren't as into it, and it's frustrating, I think, a little bit. And you're just like, okay, I guess I'll play another Dominion series.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that from your perspective or from the viewer's perspective?
Well, I just think the viewers, they find a channel that plays a game they like, let's say Dominions, and they want to see more Dominions. So all of a sudden, if that Let's Player, and we're talking me here, who I'm casual, yep. I can't put out 5 videos a day like a professional YouTuber. So if I start playing something completely different, they're just going to get disinterested, or those people who really love Dominions, they're just going to get disinterested and go elsewhere.
Well, I guess also viewers don't actually have that much time on their hands either.
That's true.
So Yeah, so I don't know. I actually asked that question of my viewers recently, and people were sort of, because I sort of said, look, how many videos would you like? I mean, let's face it, there's some YouTubers out there that put up an incredible amount of YouTube, like videos every day. I'm just trying to think, like Arumba. I think, does he put up like 5 or 6 videos a day? I think. Like, and that's a big commitment to actually be able to do that, whether you're full time or not. But and I know that, like, because I followed Arumba, and I find it hard to keep up with with what's going on. So I tend to literally just like, from my side, I sort of think, well, even one video a day, I'm sort of finding, like, the Cataclysm DDA series I'm putting up at the moment has got very small views now, because I've been putting it up day after day after day, and I just wonder whether even that's too much. So,
and I love Cataclysm because you're the only person I know who does it. I mean, I don't see a lot of Cataclysm out there, and you really make a lot of effort into it. You drop, portraits of your character, and didn't you use a custom icon once for one of your characters?
Actually, someone from the community actually put that together for me. They did it based on the on episode 1 of one of the series that I did. That was quite some time ago, which I thought was really cool. But I didn't do that myself. So the custom character that I was playing with was actually someone had actually built that for me.
It's really good. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention to my channel, but I recently had an episode of just channel news where I linked to a Google Docs kind of survey, and I asked my viewers, what game brought you here? How often do you watch the videos? What would you like to see? And while it was definitely a great ego boost, because a lot of people were just like, oh, you're fantastic, just all I ask of you is you continue doing what you're doing, only do more of it. But occasionally, people did give really valuable feedback, and I was really pleased to hear it, because I come from a market research background.
Okay, yep.
And so, just getting an idea of what the marketplace, right, in this case your YouTube viewers want, is really key. But I'm also kind of interested right now in expanding, my channel, getting more subscribers. And so I'm part of what I don't know, and what I'd love to know is what I could do to get more eyeballs, right? Because I think that there are people out there that would like what I do in my channel, but there's so many YouTube channels out there that it's just impossible for them to even find out about it.
Yeah, it's funny, like, it's funny when you try to do things that you think will be popular. That's what I sort of find, is that I try not to focus too much now on the results of the of different ideas. Like, I've had a few different ideas that I thought would be really popular on YouTube, and they end up just bombing out. And I think if you get too emotionally attached to those outcomes, if it gets in the way of you enjoying what you're doing, I reckon that's where the problems sort of start, and it becomes a job rather than a hobby at that point as well. So I always try to pull myself back at that stage and just think, hang on, are you having fun? If you're not having fun, then it's not worth it.
Now for you, kind of, though, it is a job, right? I mean, didn't you say that you were going to start doing focusing more attention on your channel and really giving it a go?
I am, yeah, but not as I still got my day job, so it's still very much part time. But it is something that I do want to focus more on. I guess because I had set up a Patreon for the account for the channel, I wanted to try to make sure that I gave value for that, and so it's just one of those things really where I'm just more conscious of it, I guess. But I guess there's still the underlying principle of only playing games that I enjoy. I still don't feel very bad if I actually abandon a series halfway through. Should we abandon this one right now? No, I'm only joking. But it's it's, I don't know. It's just one of those sort of things, really, where I don't know. It's still like, I care about it, but I try not to care about it, if that makes any sort of sense.
Yes.
That's I think that when I've noticed that also through whenever I've been working, the more attached to the outcome you are when you do something, the more open you are then, I guess, to disappointment or heartbreak or anything, really. So I've tried very hard not to let those sorts of things actually interfere with whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, that's a great philosophy. You know, it's this great way of handling it. And I mean, as I don't monetize my channel, I feel pretty casual about it. But at the same time, if I just wanted to play a game by myself, I just play a game by myself. So even though I'm just a casual part-time hobby channel, I do want people to view and comment, because that's why I've got this in the first place.
Why don't you monetize your channel? Is there a reason?
I've just never really thought about it. I mean, I'm planning on it in the future. My goal initially was to do it when I got to 10,000 subscribers, and I'm kind of slowly inching my way up there. I get frustrated sometimes. Like, for example, I have amazing viewers, and my subscriber numbers always rise steadily. But I've no other channels that gained more subscribers in a weekend than I have in the past 3 years.
You know the secret is to that. You know how we can fix that? You know the answer is?
No, I'd love to hear it.
Okay, all we need to do is create drama. I don't know if you're actually aware of what's going on in a lot of around us in YouTube land, but there's wars going on at the moment. Have you seen any of that?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Are we talking about gaming, like LPs?
No, just YouTube in general. There's full-on wars between YouTubers going on at the moment. It's really sad, actually, and they are dragging a few gaming channels into it. Like Total Biscuit's been dragged into it. He refuses to have anything to do with it, so he's really on the periphery. But there we go. We just killed Red off. Sorry, while we're talking.
You made a beeline for his capital.
Yeah. He was pretty exposed. But no, it's at the moment, like those channels, as you say, they pick up hundreds of thousands a day in subscribers. Just these drama channels, and all they do is just snipe at each other. And I'd be very surprised if they're not all in on it. You know, like just basically. So what we need to do is we need to start slagging off at each other.
Oh, let's start a feud. The great Marcus Daz feud. There you go.
No, I'm not interested in that at all, to be honest. But it's funny, you know. Like it's weird. It's just really weird. It's very childish too. And it's sad, you know. Like it's like if you haven't seen any of it, then I guess you're not going to know what I'm really talking about. But there's people that are sort of, I don't know, wrecking their lives, I reckon, just the way that they're carrying on.
But, well, the channels that I was referring to at the beginning, though, when I said there are channels that gain more subs in a weekend than I gain in years, I was not referring to any type of feud. I mean, these are good channels with good quality gaming commentary. It's just that they deserve it. I'm not saying they don't. It's just that somehow they managed to get all these eyeballs of new people to come. And I'm wondering how I could possibly do something like that, get that exposure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's it's one of those things. I think that like people sort of say doing collabs like what we're doing now help, but I don't think it does, to be honest. I've sort of watched people do collaborations with very, very big YouTube channels, and it tends to be people just sort of stick with the subscribers that they're with. To be honest, I think most of it's just luck, just dumb luck. The way most of things sort of tends to work out in YouTube, it's sometimes you've got something that you think is going to go great and it just completely bombs out. Other times you do really crappy stuff and people love it.
I think YouTube can play a role too, though, because for instance, I've seen some channels that are relatively small, and let's say their average video gets maybe 1,000 views after about a month, and but they have this one video that has like 750,000 views. It's one that YouTube put on their homepage for one reason or another. And again, I'm still talking about gaming LP channels, so I'm not talking about some controversial video or some cool viral thing. It's still just a gaming video.
I know that when my channel actually took off the first time, the thing that actually, what it was actually Crusader Kings 2. And I just was mispronouncing all the Danish names, like really, really badly. And that became a really popular video. It's still, I think, the most popular video I've put up, and that was years ago now. And I think that it was because YouTube actually promoted that for a week. And I don't know how many subscribers I got from that. I mean, we're still with the size of our channels, we're not talking big numbers, but
sure,
it certainly gave me a boost at the start, which kept me interested, I guess, because I really didn't understand how YouTube worked at all. In fact, the story of me getting into YouTube was literally that it was a bet with one of my daughters, and just to see who could get the most subscribers for, in a year, just as or most views actually it was. So that was sort of how it all started. But in the end, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I remember this. She was trying to do one video that went viral, and you were just kind of plugging away, doing Let's Plays.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. And in the end, she never put up a video.
So you won by default.
Yeah, I won by default. She works in TV production as well, so I was thinking, or she did at that stage anyway. She thought she could have done something there, but anyway, it is what it is. You're getting sort of another fair little while to go. We're going to have to pretty just wriggle this thing along, I guess.
I'm at Orange. I'm at their capital, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think you could probably take Blue out without too much trouble.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll just beeline straight there. Well, let's try that. We'll probably actually get the game won before anything else actually happens.
One thing is if you are moving your unit someplace and then you want to not move it, you have to set it at defensive mode. Otherwise, you can't cancel the move out.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh wow, blue just took out Orange.
That's you there, isn't it?
No, I'm light blue. But dark blue just took out the fortress.
Oh yeah, yep. That's right. I'm coming after their capital now.
What am I doing here? Yeah. So that's the situation. That's the reason why I don't monetize. Is just I figure like the amount of trouble involved in monetizing isn't worth the amount of money that I would potentially make from it.
Yeah, I think differently to that now. It's not a great deal of money as such, but it's no real hassle doing it. Like you've still got to follow the same rules. Once you've got it set up, it's all automatic. So it doesn't actually take any extra time to do it. It is all automatic once it is set up. And, it's a bit of pocket money every month. It'll pay for games. It'll pay for some computer upgrades and things like that as well. So it's as I say, it's not like at the level that we're at. It's not a massive amount, but it's still something.
Yeah, I mean, my goal was never to commercialize my channel. I mean, I have a good job, and there's really no way, unless I became like Total Biscuit, there's no way that I would earn enough money. Well, he probably earns millions, so let's not say that. But unless I became a substantially larger channel, there's no way I'd be able to compete with the income I make just from my day job. So really, it's just a way to kind of, for me, it's a way to storytell. Like I like to play strategy games and tell stories about, just make up stuff about this character and their life and what they're doing, and I just enjoy that. And then when other people contribute and they tell their own stories about those characters, or like I love it when people get involved in my series and actually kind of make it their own.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. It's very rewarding. Yeah, I love reading the what people, how they interpret what you've done as well.
And I think you and I both have the same benefit in that the people who comment on our channels are generally very polite. They provide constructive comments that are insightful and relate to the video. It's not just some larger YouTube channels have comment sections that are just, they make your skin crawl.
Yeah, I know what you mean as well. Like I was expecting that when I first started. It was quite a hard time of it, but it was actually brilliant. Like very, very enjoyable. Wow, I've got a massive battle going on here against the dark blue.
Yeah,
but
I've kind of stopped paying attention to the battles. Because I can't follow them. I don't know what's happening, so I just like, okay, I have more numbers than they do. Hopefully I'll win. Oh wow, 10 turns remaining.
Yeah, we're getting through them.
All right, I haven't even been using my cards.
No, I'm the same. I'm just letting
playing
it all
really
slide
badly
in now.
Oh man, they just used a zombie plague on me.
I've never seen the zombie plague.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it did. I think it's too little too late for them, though.
Yeah, I'm on their capital now.
You know, I mean, I'm glad that we decided to play co-op, because I don't know, I think it'd be definitely a different game if we were being more antagonistic to each other, but...
We wouldn't be able to talk about it. That's the other thing, too.
Yeah, I mean, these collaborations are fun for just being able to, like, chat.
Yeah, yeah. I agree, actually. I'm enjoying this episode more than the other two, to be honest. I mean, we're just kicking back, aren't we, really? Oh, actually, I've got a question for you. This is something that's completely unrelated to gaming, but recently I was on holidays and we went to South Korea. And the highlight for me was I went to a baseball game. And I've never seen baseball before. And I was really, really taken back by just how atmospheric the actual game was, with all the singing that went on, the chanting, playing drums. Is that what goes on in America?
Yes and no. Baseball obviously is huge in America. We invented it, I suppose. But drums? I don't know about. I mean, we have most baseball stadiums have a loudspeaker, and you've got the announcer, and then you'll have like da 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 playing on the organ in the background, and then there's music and stuff. But it's how do I put it? It's like ritualized almost. Like it's always kind of the same. Drums would be interesting. I mean, I know like maybe like when somebody that you hate is up to bat, the stands will erupt in shouts and taunts.
Well, that's what happens in Australia. Like if it's in fact we are very non-musical, but when the English come out to play against us in cricket, they bring all their songs, and it's really great to go because they sing, and they've got all these really nasty songs about all of the Australian players, and it's really funny, like it. But the thing that really struck me about watching baseball in Seoul was that I didn't understand the language, of course, but every single player had their own song, but only the team that was batting, their team would then sing their songs, positive songs about their players. And then when the other team batted, that side would then just remain silent. And it was brilliant because each side then got to sing like a different song for every player. There was no ground announcer, but there was a cheer squad, and they were the ones who sort of started the singing, and then the stands would sort of erupt. It was, and then I don't know, it's just really, really different.
Huh. I just lost a hero, by the way. First one of the game.
Okay. Actually, you've just taken orange, and I'm about to just take this next turn. I'll actually grab blue.
I'm actually a bigger fan of football, or what we Americans refer to as football.
Which is gridiron.
Yeah, the gridiron. Yeah. I like I don't know, I've just always liked it. I like the whole strategy aspect of it, where you lay out the plays, and then if you make 5 yards, it's a victory. It's just kind of slowly whittling away at the other team. But then you'll have something open up where somebody will be able to run the whole length of the field and score a touchdown.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, no, it was more just the atmosphere. I was just wondering whether the Americans actually do the same sort of singing as what they did in Seoul, like in Korea. But it sounds like it's just a different cultural experience. So, yeah, it would be interesting if actually I don't know if we've got any commenters in the comments that would actually have witnessed both and could actually. Oh, there we go. We just won.
Congratulations to us. And a little anticlimactic, but hey.
Hey, we took the east in the end.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Here's the big flashy flash.
Oh, you won. Okay.
Look at that, Daz. I barely edged you out somehow.
Well, that'd be my buildings. Your victory locations, yeah.
Because I mean, you had the extra castle. In fact, you had 4 castles to my 2. Because the only one I actually got was orange, and you had red, blue, and purple.
Yeah, yep, that's true. So,
wow.
Just seeing the territories controlled. You've got a couple of extra territories that would have helped. Kingdoms controlled. Oh, yeah, actually, that's where you got it. I mean, on the kingdoms. I stopped going after kingdoms after a little while. So you got 5 to my 3. That'll be the difference.
What does that mean? Kingdoms controlled.
When we started, how we had to get all of the terrain within our start area.
Okay, those are called kingdoms. I get it. All right. I was referring to them as provinces.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. Gold earned. I did make a lot of money, but you had a much. Oh, sorry. That's troops destroyed. But you were able to have a lot larger troop pool than I did, which actually I don't get it. How did I make more gold than you when you had more towns? Shouldn't towns generate gold?
A lot more gold than you did. Like I was 27,000, you're 18,000.
Are you sure you haven't got us switched?
I've got DasTactic line 2, 27,316 gold earned.
It's saying differently to me. It's saying I'm at 1 with 28,681, and you're below me at 17,317.
Oh, really? Because I've got 27,316 as my gold earned.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
And what's your gold earned? What does it say on yours?
It says 28,681.
Ah, see, mine's 18,682.
So it looks like it takes 10,000 away from each of us. 10,000, well, 9,999.
No, but it takes one number from the back and puts it to the front, doesn't it? Or does it add? Yeah, it takes one from the front on the other player, and puts it on the unit on the single digit.
Huh?
Because in the middle of yours is 868, isn't it?
Yep, and yours is 731.
Yeah, but it's but I've got 18,000 for you and 2 on the end of it, and mine's 27,000 with a 6 on the end of it. So yeah, okay, that's a bug.
Yeah. Whew. Well, I mean, kind of a silly bug, but doesn't hurt the gameplay experience.
Yeah, I wonder how that came about. That's weird. What about troops destroyed? What have you got for yourself with those?
For myself, I have 281, and for you, I have 457.
Yeah, that's the same as me. Yeah.
So interesting. Well, Daz, I have to say, man, this was a great time. We need to collaborate some more.
Yeah, no, it was fun actually, and I do like playing cooperatively as well. To be honest, it's as you say, it allowed us to just relax and chit chat more than try to actually keep our cards close to our chest and try to destroy each other. No, it was good fun. Well, thanks, Marcus.
Yeah, and I've got to say before we go that I am pleasantly surprised by this game. Like when I first learned about it, it was a free-to-play game, and I typically stay away from free-to-play games like The Plague because not all of them, but a lot of them are they feel a little scammy. But this one is not in any way, shape, or form, and it's no longer free-to-play. It's now like a regular, you can buy it, just like any other game on Steam, and I think the developers actually took feedback from their players who were like, yeah, this should be more of a real game than a free-to-play, and I'm glad they did it, frankly.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, actually. I normally, if a free-to-play game comes up where a developer contacts me to play it, I'll actually just reject it and just say, look, I don't play free-to-play games. And I can't remember this one if it ever was a free-to-play, but I was... I like the developers are very responsive. It's been an enjoyable game. It's been fun to play as well.
Yeah, it's well put together. It doesn't have any kind of aside from the gold earned strangeness, it doesn't have any kind of bugs. There's a couple little hiccups when we were trying to set the game up. Like for example, I was in the game with Daz. We hadn't started yet, and I left the lobby or whatnot, and then I came back and it wouldn't let me rejoin the game. So Daz had to actually close the game and start a new one. But the actual gameplay, once you get started, it's completely smooth and it moves really fast.
Yeah. It is a quick moving game, and actually I was a bit worried of not actually having a tactical battle scenario for each of the actual battles, but it still works, doesn't it? Just the quick way that it does play out. It still works quite well.
You I don't know if you said this on camera or when you and I were just talking privately, but you used the comment. You said it's a strategic game, not a tactical game, and I think that's really what it is. It's like Risk. In Risk, you're not tactically doing your battles; you're just rolling dice, and it kind of feels like that's what they're doing here. Although, as you mentioned, it's not random at all. I mean, whether or not you win a battle is determinant on your troop composition and not on rolls of the dice necessarily.
Yeah. It's more pure, isn't it? Really, in that sort of sense. Yeah. Anyway, I guess we better wrap it up. We've gone to another half hour. Well,
all right.
Thanks, Marcus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thoroughly enjoyed this.
Definitely got to do it again sometime.
Yep, I think what's our next one was going to be golf, wasn't it?
Yeah,
play
golf
one of
with
the golf
friends.
games.
That sounds like a good time. That seems like another game where we can just kind of put the game to the side.
Yeah. So that sounds. I think that'll be good fun.
But for everyone at
All
home,
right.
thank you very much for watching.
Yep, very much so.
Bye bye.